So now it's about 4:03 and I'm still at Burger King. Okay, so once again, I came in on time today, which even if I can't if I clock in like a minute after, it's usually because I washing my hands and the clocks are different. And he kept saying he said that there is no room no time. Let me go to the bathroom. So once again, and see, these are things that I could that he could say do if I you know. But we were really busy today. And so at 3 o'clock, one guy came in named Aliyu. This is the guy that came to Whole Foods. I have never seen him at Whole Foods before. He said he's from Senegal. This is after meeting with Janelle unexpectedly. I went to Whole Foods as usual, and as I went to Whole Foods as usual, as I was leaving, I was already frustrated about the meeting because it was unexpected. I wasn't prepared. Aliyu just came trying to speak to me, and I said, "Don't talk to me," and I did my hand, and I realized for years I would do that when African American males in Annapolis would try to stop me as I walk on the street. And then I didn't catch on that Phyllis does this too, and it was a little bit afterwards. But, I was like, why is she doing that to me? But a lot of times African American males or those that look to be African American Black Negro would try to say, speak to me while I'm walking back and forth to work. And I would say, don't talk to me and do like this, move, or like, don't talk to me because I don't know them. And this is when I first came to Annapolis on through. It's like they were definitely trying to force engage. And Annapolis is a city where the United States military and Navy are prevalent. So Lewis joined the conversation saying that, because he was saying, James was saying, you're supposed to clock out at the drive-through register. I have never, or clock in and use the register. I was like, we always use the front counter register. And it shows I have 5 minutes. There's always something that you can do or try to do. Now, I would have did the pods earlier, but we were busy. The tickets were flowing, and I was just trying my best to find something just to keep the customers, because they take care of the customers. So after I filled up the waters, the orange juice, Thomas told me to do the dining room, which I did the dining room. At the time, the trash did not need to be empty, but I made sure I wiped down the tables. I cleaned both bathrooms. I changed one of the trash into one of the bathrooms, put the tissue in the other bathroom, wiped down the doors, the glass doors, rechanged the sanitizer water because it was dirty after, swept the floor, swept the rug, wiped down the bottom part. And this is just doing the dining room period. And actually, I didn't mop, I swept. A lot of times I mop. Okay, so if there's a spill, I'll mop, put the wet floor sign, or if there's definitely mop the men's and women's bathroom. So nonetheless, then James, before he just did that, he said, will you go get this water? This was full of water. Okay, he said, get the water out the sink. I said, okay. So I said, how? Well, first I said, I don't know how to do that, because I thought that was plumbing, because it's been like this for like two days. Sometimes it's empty, sometimes it's not. He said, you get a red bucket and you get it out the sink. I said, okay, no problem. Once again, the drink station, because that's part of the dining room, I did that too. These are things that could be done for 5 minutes. But instead, I noticed that the trays need to be full. So I was like, I can fill up the 2 trays for 5 minutes. He's saying that I only have 2 minutes and I'm not going to be able to complete what I'm doing in 2 minutes. I was like, well, this clock says 5 minutes. It says 3:55, where that clock might say a few minutes earlier, but he was saying that the drive-through clock saying you're not going to 2 minutes. But nonetheless, I would be able to complete the time of my schedule to 4 p.m. So the question I always asked was, why is it that James feel the need to force clock me out. I didn't clock myself out. He didn't say because of labor, 5 minutes. He just is like, once again, he's made comments that I don't do my job, or I'm sitting around doing nothing. I'm out and hanging out. He used the word hanging out in the dining room. As what hanging out in the dining room while people are working. Now, Imani Gray Bay and I run Arrington-Bey. We don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland. We don't know anyone personally here. We don't know what Black, African American, male and female accent that's in the room saying, brother paid, brother love you, she love your son, or that's close near the room. We don't know. We don't know those that speak Spanish. We don't know anyone personally has naturalized Moors. We don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland. We have never implied that we want to get to know anyone personally here. And so this was when I noticed when I was doing this, because I didn't think about it, but I thought about it thought about it months and months ago. I was like, Phyllis does this. When she was doing this after I started doing this, when I started to document African American, predominantly Black males trying to force engage while I walk back and forth to work. While I walk back and forth to work. So, and I would tell them not to talk to me. And then I noticed she didn't want me to stand next to her, and she would do like this as well. And I didn't know, and I didn't catch on. I was like, why does she not want me to stand next to her to do the basic jobs? But once again, I did not know. I didn't say, I'm not saying that's why she's doing it, but I'm saying that's when afterwards I know she was literally doing like this a lot. So that's all I can say. So I don't know, once again, why James would not allow me to just completely work the 5 minutes. Why tell a worker who hasn't had a break, who's working? Black male came in here just a few months, maybe 30 minutes ago, and he kept asking different questions about the meal, and I just slowly kept telling him, a lot of times repeating myself, but nonetheless wanted to make sure the customer knew what he was talking about. Knew what I was saying, and then after he said, "Go ahead," James interrupted me and said, "Take care of this customer. Take care of my customer." And the Black male was like, "This is a customer." He's the one that seemed to not comprehend what I was saying more than once, more than twice, but it's okay. Customers, maybe need some more time. James interrupted me and said, "Take care of my customers, please." I said, "Okay." So he said, "Go ahead and take care of the customer." The customer, that's a Black male. So I went ahead, which was Spanish speaking, took the next person in order. And then the Black male, after I took the 2 women that were Spanish speaking and looked to be next their order, the Black male stepped again to the front counter, and he decided to order, and which took a few moments still, but that's I don't know. It's not like he needed more time. But then he didn't have enough money. He was 54 cents short. So I went ahead and told Thomas. So what I'm trying to say is, for this to be going on for years, it's like ethics. What's the ethics of when you're dealing with a manager, an employee, and employee ethics, and so forth, employee ethics. When an employee has worked and it's been a busy day today. Today was pretty what's the word? Busy. It was I would say it was a nice flow today. Chick-fil-A closed, so that could be why. What is the ethics of telling a coworker to clock out 5 minutes early when the schedule is from 10 to 4 and they haven't had a break? And they've been working and doing the best that they can. What is the ethics in that, and what would be the reason? It is November the 4th, 2023. And this has been going on for years. I mean, years. He would just, all of a sudden, a lot of times the Navy or the Army, those that imply to be connected, would be somewhere close or in the building. And I thought this was odd. And then, or police somewhere driving around in Annapolis.